You see. Gonna head on out. Got my little ice cream sandwich from the candy lady. Oh man. I need a cut though. I need a cut. I'm about to hit to the barbershop. What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all go like and share. And stay tuned because I'm about to hit to the barbershop. We're finna get lit. I need a cut too, look. Most definitely need a cut. I'm like a vagabond. What's up, boy? Yeah. Candy lady selling the ice cream sandwich. 50 cents. Go get you. Yeah. All right. Trying to get me a haircut, man. Go pull up on my dogs. Better not push me back, because he put me back last time. What you doing, man? What? Trying to park right here. I promise I'm going to get on him if he push me back this time. But yeah, make sure y'all like and share. About to go in here and see what my dog's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I got to grab my ice cream sandwich. See what they on. Oh, everybody in here. Oh, they in here today. Gonna see what they got going on around here. I'm not waiting either. I got an appointment. Yo.
What up, dude?
What's that? What's going on? Got my dog Unc in here. You know what I'm saying? Got my dog Cam in. What's going on?
Yeah, man. You know what
I'm saying? I gotta get me a little cut.
Youngin. What's up? Okay. Oh, well, we gonna get you.
What's going on, big dog? You know what I'm saying? For to go get that cut.
Go ahead and cut it off, Tyler.
Get it cut it off.
Yeah, all the way.
I don't know about all the way off.
Hey, I got that schoolboy special going. Hey, Big Dog said
I think I need to get out the chair.
Oh.
The what?
I'm gonna tell you, I saw some new designs on Facebook. Go ahead. If you let me throw them on you, I won't even charge you. This one on me.
You know, hook them up doing it.
Hey, if somebody asked for a free cut. Free cut is
Yeah, I ain't in the first chair, so I know what I'm doing.
Who in the first
chair?
chair?
Got another one coming.
Oh, it coming actually.
Oh yeah, we got one.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, this is my last one. We full. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, what are your hours for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, close at 5.
You close at 5? What time you open?
Right there on the door. We got it.
Oh, okay.
All right, I appreciate it.
All
We like it, man. All right, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yes, sir.
What you just said before Young Tyler came in?
He looking because he taking the time because he said we playing with him. He said we got all the
over here
way after 5.
He done been in quarantine too much to cut. You gonna cut this head?
Oh, we gonna get it. We gonna get it.
I might should have locked the door.
I know it. I don't know, Joe. You gonna get somebody to lock that? You ready? Hey, man, let me throw something at y'all. Y'all know this fight coming up next month, right?
Yeah.
My who?
Jones and Tyson.
Who y'all got? My Iron Mike?
Well, I don't know if he's iron anymore. He might be, some form of metal.
Some kind of brass or something.
But I don't know if it's iron, Mike. I don't know if it's iron, Mike. What y'all got? Who y'all got on?
Mike.
Who y'all got?
Is it glass, Mike?
Brass.
Oh, brass.
Brad?
Yeah.
So nobody ain't picking Roy Jones?
Let's
That man giving up 2 million pounds.
man.
Roy Jones got some
Retired.
I ain't taking nothing from Roy.
Bro,
Keep his distance. He might.
Roy said it himself.
And Roy
He say Mike ain't got but one speed. If I can stay alive for 2 rounds, I might be
You
out.
say,
well, he got to read.
you about to fight a man and say, if I can stay alive, bro, that's
Randy tat. He gonna Randy
so
tat.
basically, he was trying to socially distance.
But
Yeah.
That's one way of putting it. But now, Roy, he got some skills now. And he got the reach, he got the length, and he younger than Mike. 3 years.
Come on, bro.
He probably gonna
What
last.
you
Well, you know what happened to me in the
That's
last
like
3 years? 3 years make a difference.
Boy, you see
Put a
Iron Mike.
2-year-old and a 5-year-old in
Mike
the
look
ring.
like
3 years
he's
make a
still
difference.
Oh, yeah, that age. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, you saying 3 years?
At 53 and 50, that don't make no difference.
Man,
Oh,
Rock
look at
look
that.
like he's still
How old are
40.
you? I guarantee you gonna see a difference in the next 3 years.
No, I already saw a difference.
I know you did. We ain't gonna talk about the difference you saw. Let me cut this man. Let me cut this man. Hey, I'll tell you that. These sports now. Everybody been watching the sports. I ain't got nothing going on. Everybody been watching new sports. How y'all feeling this here? The virtual, the bubble,
What?
the baseball.
To my age.
Is it real? No, I'm saying, dude.
The NBA did it right. The NBA did it right. It's the only way you can actually do it. But
The only one.
my problem is, who got the memo? You see how they got the little fans on the thing? I ain't know nothing about that.
Man, you got to pay for that.
The virtual. Well, I don't know. I was watching
I got
the
the
game
red
today, and they was looking at it, and they said you can log on. And I guess they were just trying to get other people to get in the seats.
What you pay, lady?
There ain't that many seats up there.
Yeah, but there still was open seats. It was still open seats. Yeah, because at first I just thought it was just some random thing that they were doing, but they actually just virtual.
Yeah, they all got like a
They balling though. It look like AAU, but they balling.
Hey, why you say that?
It look like AAU, but they balling.
Because it is AAU gym. That's what they play the championship.
Yeah, but
Well, the
they
game was at
balling.
a different speed before when they started the scrimmage
Yeah.
game, but then once it started, I got down along.
Nah, yeah, once you get past that, the court looks fun.
Hey, who y'all got?
Come on, bro.
Winning all.
You know,
Man, you know.
What you got, Cam? The Lakers.
Let's
LA.
go around the room. Go around the room.
You say LA, which one? Clippers or Lakers?
Okay.
What you gonna do?
Which? Man, they eat something red. You know who gonna be hard out though? Nah, you know what? Six is coming out the East.
You saying that because you're a Philly guy?
Yeah.
Why y'all always picking y'all teams though from a geographic location?
Everybody
Y'all
make
back
colors
with something.
they wear and all
We don't make good sense. You ain't
No,
That
you
ain't
ain't no.
gonna happen.
That's like saying Atlanta gonna win the Super Bowl just because you from Georgia.
you ain't no brother. You ain't
You
good.
don't stay off my Falcons, I tell you that.
I'm just saying that. Think about it. Why would I
Wait.
pick it? Just because
Was
the
Atlanta
team
bad
close
last
to
year?
you a geographic location.
No,
Was that bad last
we
year?
wasn't bad, no.
If they were bad last year, they did good this year. That's how I felt.
Well, they're bad every year.
Every other year.
What's the best year they had?
I thought we were talking about basketball.
I lost in the Super Bowl.
I thought we were talking about basketball.
Oh, okay. Oh, I understand. Redirect us because you sure don't want us to get on the foul. I understand.
Tell you what, you come sit next to me at the home.
You took a choke on me.
You buy the ticket, I'm going to sit right there.
Sit
I'm going to eat popcorn. I'm going to eat hot
You
dogs.
ain't got to
and
buy
watch
the
Julio King.
I'm gonna
And
get
guess what I'm gonna do?
scalper
And I'm going to root for the other team.
just because.
On your dime.
I want to
On
make
your
sure we
dime.
playing Tampa, your team, Tampa Bay, Tom Lady,
Oh,
Who was you going?
Tom Lady.
well, we'll take it because we got all the other pieces around. Because it's a team. It's a team.
Yeah,
It's
Who
a
do you
team
think?
sport.
Who do you think coming out these then?
Who?
Who coming out these?
That's all.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know what it really is. Truth be told, I hate saying it.
Toronto.
But Toronto look as good as they did last year. Look
As a
what?
matter of fact, they look better at times.
Levi, Little League. Who you got? Yeah. Don't do your daddy stuff.
I got Toronto. My surprise team was
Toronto.
Who?
My
Toronto.
surprise team was the Heat.
Toronto.
I'm about to tell you,
He gonna be a tough out
he
team.
look like a tough out.
They surprised me.
But you know what? Talent wise, if Boston playing like they got enough to do.
You know
Well, they got
who
enough. They got a lot of
You
people.
know who big sleep?
They don't want to play though.
Who?
Denver.
In the East?
No,
Denver
not
who?
the Heat.
Man, we don't get out here and talk about some darn Denver.
What?
Have you
Yeah,
seen
Bobo
that?
play
Let
that.
me say Kevin Durant.
Bobo.
Bobo
That's
like
the
Kevin
reason.
Durant.
Well, let
That
me
man
say
say
Kevin.
Kevin
Let's
Durant.
say all
He
those
like
stuff.
Kevin Durant.
No,
Let's say all
I
those
was
things.
I was
He
like,
look like Kevin Durant.
I was like some
His
film and Michael
kneecaps
Porter
are
Jr.
shaped like Kevin
like
Durant.
So
Yeah,
Michael,
that's it.
Okay.
Michael
That
Porter
thing
Jr.
good.
dropped about 40.
Look at that thing. Hang
Now,
on.
let's talk about
Hang
something
on.
for real though.
What's that?
We know what's going on in the climate of the world.
What's that?
I'm just asking that some Black Lives Matter. You know, we keep hearing Black Lives Matter. Every time we turn around, Black Lives Matter, we got the shirts and everything. Are we really making a difference? And what we need to do with these lives, man. Now, I'm
You
gonna
can't
go
let
down.
up. I know that, but
You can't let up.
can't let up. You
I
got.
got you real.
What
I
you
just
got?
got one thing though now. I'm all with the Black Lives Matter. But I'm gonna say it can't just matter when it's white lives is taken. But the Black Lives Matter, they matter all the time.
No, they got it all the time. Even on Wednesday.
We got to figure that
You
out.
got to get.
But you
something.
know what? Until we figure that out, we're gonna keep being discredited on our initial message saying that Black Lives Matter. Until we hold each other accountable too.
Oh yeah, it's accountability.
Oh, this is
Now I say this now. With the Black Lives Matter, they kind of rub you wrong when every time somebody say Black Lives Matter, then they start talking about all lives matter.
If you
But I'm
can't,
gonna leave that in the middle
and
of
if
the
you
road.
Well, I
can't,
tell you what now.
Go
My
ahead.
wife shared something with me the other day. The post she shot out to me.
This is
Saying
educated.
if you're a Christian and every time somebody says Black Lives Matter, and you got to say all lives matter, let's turn to Luke 15 and see what Jesus said about it.
What do you say?
What do you say?
Say when the 99, you left the 99 and when it got the 1. Because the 99 wasn't in trouble, it was the 1.
it was the one that
So
was.
we ain't saying
So
that
the
their
99
lives don't matter, but right now, the Black lives is the one
Well,
that's in
why
trouble.
do you think? Why do you think that that's the reaction though? Like, why is that your knee-jerk reaction to say? Like, do you think it hits a nerve? Because in my mind, I'm thinking nobody's taking anything away from your life. We're just trying to call attention to this one.
Well, I think everybody wants everybody to know their struggles. Even when you talk about, just in general, when you talk about, hey, I've been dealing with it, especially with old heads. Let's say I talk to you about how hard my life is here for the past week.
Okay.
Be quick to tell me how it was hard for you when you was younger. I'm not talking about that.
You're right. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Because we do make an assumption that nobody else has a struggle.
Right.
Yeah, and it's kind of you lose focus on what the real matter is at hand, and you just start talking about, well, my life matter because I'm dealing with something.
But you know what I say to that? Start your cause. And we'll rally around yours too. Because here's the thing. The initial...
I ain't rallying around all lives matter just yet.
I'm saying, I ain't saying about rallying around all lives.
Okay.
I'm not saying whatever your cause is, once we've done with ours, we'll rally around with yours too. Because here's the thing. The whole concept of Black Lives Matter was meant to address police brutality. And we heard a conversation, a statistic came out and talking about how there were more unarmed white people killed at the hands of the police than black people. And yeah, per capita, you're going to have that because they outnumber. But here's my thing. If we address brutality, because all policing ain't bad, but if we address brutality, that should address our issue. It'll address your issue because the core of it, we're trying to get rid of is bias in the way we're dealt with in terms of the way we police.
I was saying, I want to piggyback on Rev over him. Rev, you said something a minute ago. You went to the Bible. We know in the barbershop we talk about the Bible. We talk about it all. Now, when you said that, you start talking about the Bible, what Jesus said, and different things like that. How do we mix this here? What you feel, your opinion? I don't know. Everybody is hollering in on this here point with the Bible, politics, policing. How does this? Do the Christians just supposed to sit by and we just pray? And you know, we got a responsibility of praying because we know the Bible say. What the good book say? That we always pray. Y'all know the thing, how you say it? How it go?
Men don't always pray.
That one right there. You got it?
But no, let me tell you,
So we just praying?
no, we got to do more than pray. You can't sit back in the four walls and say, I'm going to pray about it. When you see a problem, you got to go get in there and help fix the problem.
So we supposed to be a part of this?
You
The Christians supposed to be a part of this?
You
So
got
we
to
should be
get in the
protesting?
fight, man.
Should we be
Is
protesting?
it wrong to protest?
No, it ain't wrong to protest. I fought in Desert Storm so that you could protest.
Is it wrong
So
to
that,
test stuff up?
so that the Klan could protest. I didn't just fight so that blacks could protest.
Come on.
I fought so that whites could protest. You got the right to protest. Don't mean I have to agree with what you protest.
I hear what you're saying.
But I fought for the right so that you would have the right, what? To protest.
I think whoever is in touch with God and is in politics has to know the difference, has to be in touch with the difference, because even in the Bible there was a natural law. You know what I'm saying? So that knowing the difference, knowing when to throw the Christianity in and when not to, because sometimes we throw it in at the wrong time.
Wait. Real come through.
See, you can't. Okay, for example, you can't go and pay your life bill with Jesus.
Oh, well,
No, but I can take Jesus with me.
But
I
he
take him with you.
on that dollar bill. I say, hey, God, we trust.
You can't.
I'm just trying to hold up.
And we trust that dollar. We
You
trust
go out there to the light bill place and
You can't go up
lay
there
down
and
a
speak
service.
in tongues and your life is paid.
Well,
You
hey,
got to work and save some
If you
money.
look at it, you ain't got
I'm
enough.
gonna tell y'all, but
I
you know what the Lord can't touch
If
your
you
heart.
don't have enough, you might have to get a shot.
It's in God's hand.
I would
Come on,
prefer
Jesus.
whoever my leaders are, that they have some sensibility of listening to the voice of God.
True.
That they be led
What
by
leaders
God.
what leaders you talking about, first of all?
All my leaders. No, my secular leaders, my mayor, my councilman, my commissioners,
Whoa.
So
my
what-
house of
Well, let me ask you this,
representatives.
then, Brad. Let me ask you this.
put
So let me ask
All
you
of them
this.
need to be able to hear from God.
You put
You
a weight
can't
on the
lead,
mouth.
Let me
you
ask you
can't
this,
lead
though.
a mass amount of people.
How you feel
and
about the
don't have
separation of
divine
church and state?
revelation.
Is that so? You tell me that
They
the church?
separated. You just said it.
I mean, should they be?
They separate for everybody but who agrees.
Yeah, but what happens if a leader is a member of is a Muslim or a Hindu or something like or Buddhist? Or
So what you going at?
do we want separation of church and state then?
What we going at?
I'm saying we say we gotta have God. I mean, I'm just asking.
Well, I got a couple ideas on it, but I don't know if there's a platform for it.
I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say, though, dog.
I hear what you're trying to say, but I don't
He's
know.
saying if somebody in another position in another religion came into that state,
What it sound like? He sound like me trying to get us to bow for the other religions, and that maybe that Christianity is not the supreme religion.
No, I ain't saying that at all.
Well,
What
you
I'm
said
saying is,
he's saying that.
do we want separation of church and state?
Hey, you are talking about
You don't want
You want it like
what he's
this.
saying is you don't want separation when there's a Christian up there, but you gotta have it equally. Like if there's no separation when a Christian is in that position, what about when somebody else is in that position? Then what?
It's just a matter of
If
time.
you don't agree with it, so then what?
What is the God they talking about? You talking about should they have God involved in politics? What is the God they talking about? Ain't the God you serve?
That's why I say it's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's
go
a whole-
there, cause see what I can do is prove what I got, and see I don't have to look necessarily in the book, but we can prove the infallible God. Now,
No, not necessarily proving it, but what do you do in that position?
But I'm gonna tell you, it got to be some boundaries. It got to be some cutoff. Everybody can't say anything, live any kind of way. Because if that was the case, the Christian wouldn't be back in the corner now. Everybody don't came out the closet, but the Christian can't talk.
Christian
It's offensive
man,
when the
say a
Christian
word.
So anybody anywhere have rules. I don't care if you're in the jailhouse. They got rules.
We got it, baby.
You got a code you got to live by, but we want to live in a society now. And I think the Bible uses the word like lasciviousness is like out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody out of control. Everybody do what they
Because
want
there's
to.
no standard.
You can't live by. Ooh, boy, I like that word. Come on,
There's no
talk about standards.
And
we
standard,
can-
I mean,
we can do
we
it.
used to be a standard,
Yeah.
but what happens is we've at a place right now where everything is what floats your boat, what floats your boat, what floats your boat, and then we erase that line.
Everybody do it.
Well, let's just
Everybody getting their boats floated.
let's take religion out
That sound better.
out the equation, and let's just say let's have good moral standards.
You know, that'll take us a long way. It's right there.
Well,
And
do
you
What's
just
the
have good
golden
moral
rule?
standards.
The golden rule.
unto others as you would have them
Let's
on
just
the
do
first
that.
and the 15th.
No.
No.
Not when I read it, it said do unto others before they do unto you.
No, wait.
Before they do unto you,
I like
It's
that
something
one.
like that.
I like
It's something
that
like
one.
that.
and they do unto you.
Oh,
No, but I
But I
like
tell
that.
you what,
Wait.
I like that one.
I like that.
This like old boy who song said, try Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Don't try me.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
Now,
Wait.
listen, that was cute, but y'all know that ain't biblical now.
Oh,
It
no.
ain't biblical. But it ministered to a lot of us. A lot of us feel a certain way.
So now when it comes to me at 550, baby, you got to be coming with.
What 550?
550 what?
That's the house.
Oh, I thought I said that's a new gun. I ain't know what it is.
What is the
That's the house, man.
They make that?
That's a triple
That's
barrel.
a new car?
Man, I got a question now. This real now. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this thing up now. I'm gonna get you out of here, young love. But you know we're gonna take a little minute.
You pushed me back last time. You pushed me back.
Well, I'm gonna pull
What
it
you call
forward
it?
this time. I'm gonna pull it all the way down your eyebrows.
Don't pull it.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You doing pretty good, but I'm gonna tell you, one day you're gonna get cut by the master. And when you get cut by the master,
Come on, it ain't never coming back. Hey!
it ain't coming back. If it do come back, it's coming back in patches.
Like every Hamilton beard.
Now, listen, I ain't trying to do this. I ain't trying to bring no divide. I see you got these little young bucks here and all this. But, like, when we hear stuff like giving back in the community, what that sound like, y'all? Because I know we can give back because some people might have money, call it treasures, talents, and their time. What y'all thinking about this and giving back? Well, we keep talking about everybody fixing our problems, but when we gonna step up as a community and do some things ourselves? How y'all?
Well, honestly, I think the reason why sometimes we struggle is because every other community, we say the word give a lot, right? Let's call it what it is.
Okay.
White community ain't asking black folks to give nothing. But so what kind of accountability do we have in our own communities in terms of what we give with our time, our treasures, and our talents, all that kind of stuff? So we wait for somebody to give.
We waiting on other folks to give.
We wait for other folks to give.
But we ain't got as many resources. A lot of times we come down to resources. But then I'm
you have
gonna
to
set
see
myself up because it ain't just about resources. Sometimes it's time. All of us got the same amount of time.
Everybody got it.
And all of us got talent.
But you know the easiest way to get help? Think about this. If you broke down on the side of the road, you ain't had no gas. You know the easiest way to get somebody to help you get your car on the road? Get out and start pushing it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's stupid.
Time out. If you get out and start pushing your car yourself, somebody else
Because somebody else will come along. That made good sense because you know what?
I
I probably would jump out and help somebody. That was, you see them
But
working.
you just see them sitting.
I ain't never looked at it like that, but that's key. So you saying the black community need to get out and start pushing our own cars.
Push your own car.
Push your own community. I think the whole quarantine and Black Lives Matter has been going on lately. We finally realizing that we can push our own community, whether it be financially, emotionally, mentally. But you can push your own community. Like, it's not that hard. And other people are. Other races are pushing the community.
We just got to get out our own space and our own little neighborhood. Okay.
And once you do, being responsible enough as the business owners or the people that do receive the monetary value to put back into your community as well. Not just taking from the black person, but putting it back into the black.
Okay, well, Cam, let me answer this here. I got a question for you. What's some way, what you think of how we can give back? Because, you know, a lot of times we are kind of tight with resources. We don't have a whole lot going on.
Taking up a little bit of your time don't really cost you much of nothing. Spend a little time, talk to folks, give good advice, show them you care. That's a lot. I got some people, especially other folks.
Wear your mask. And I see you got yours on like a beard. I ain't got mine on. But so that's why you give them back. Huh?
You're 6 feet apart. You straight.
Yeah.
No, I think somewhere our community lost it because I can remember we
Come on.
used to do it.
Come on now.
Preach about
You talk
Talk
to
to our own community.
Come on.
Let the great come out.
It wasn't no welfare.
Come on.
We took care of one
We
another.
took care of one another.
Come on. It was a village.
Hey, we got to trust this.
When the
This
farmers,
great talking. This
when the
will.
farmers got through getting their crop, they had what they call open field. And they at least let the field go in, the whole community go out there and just pick what they want. That's how they helped get it back.
I got
Somewhere we fell off.
Yeah, we did because a lot of times we ain't
How
have
much of that was by design, though?
You probably, you know what? We were more giving then and we had less.
And we had
Well, you know
But
what?
how much of that was by design, though?
You know what?
Because what happens is we became a culture of dependency, right? We developed a culture of dependency by design. Do you
But
think
I
that was
think,
by
I
design?
think some of that is because we felt like we was on the short end of the stick. So we just started taking advantage of however we could.
I get you.
And I think all communities do it. Some people do, some communities just disguise it better. But still, I do think we need to do more in our own community.
Because never take light that all the government entities out there that give to the community, like subsidizers and
I got you.
if it was all catered to one sector of people, trust me, they cut that off.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. We always relate life to the Bible. God don't bless you until you're ready, right? So until you're ready, then. So with that being said, let's just put it out there. It's so much easier to put a bus in the hood rather than really integrate into and help the poor, right?
What you mean by put a bus?
So it's so much easier to put a park in the hood rather than really helping us as people. So with that being said, if you really want people to help, push your own car. If you really, they'll help you when you're ready.
Go down Jackson Street. When we get out here, I'm gonna see how many people push your car. I want to see how many push it.
They'll help you when
Man,
you're
y'all too heavy in here for me, man. I'm gonna just ask a question, man. How was that?
What's that?
What y'all doing y'all leisure time? Cause it's crazy around here. I'm talking about now. This COVID. It don't test us for real because we got to stay locked up in house. How y'all keep from going crazy?
For me, I like my family. And that's what I
Not
tell you.
everybody like their family leave.
I'm gonna strongly suggest you figure out how you gonna like them. Find you one you can like.
So you ain't got nothing outside of your family?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You know, I spend time watching games.
You stubborn a little slow there, but huh?
The moment time.
That was the good answer. He gave the good answer. You know somebody.
I gave you the good answer.
I'm gonna come back to that. Cause when you stutter, you gonna get like, well, I'm like, what you do with your? The time is like you start talking like you ain't really know what to say.
Honestly, what I do with my time really is
No.
Good.
You look, it like you could come out. So wait, what is it like another woman? You got another woman?
No, boy, no. That's too complicated for me.
Then I see, I'm
Another
never
woman don't always mean a skirt tail.
What do you mean then?
old school.
Sometimes another woman can be your job.
I got me one then.
The church.
I got a job.
Oh, I got another woman.
I got a lot of. Well, how that feel?
See, you got
Explain
women.
that. No, go deeper into
You
this.
don't wear no skirt tail.
I like women.
What he said?
I spent a lot of time at that post office.
You spend a lot of time.
I spent a lot of time at that
But let me
post
ask you this: how that fit? How that blend? You know, you say you spend a lot of time at the post office. Do the woman at home how she cope with the lot of time at the post office?
She understands because she know that time I'm gonna bring that bacon to the house, but she still want her time too.
How do you balance?
So like when I leave the shop tonight, we go out bicycle ride. We gonna put some time in.
Oh, how long you been married?
28 years, man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
count.
So we need to
We
live.
still
Oh, I like the last little piece you threw in there. 28 and what?
and count.
And count. Okay, so you ain't there got 28 and stop.
So
Yes,
sure.
sir. But educate, how you got 28? Tell us how you got 28.
Honestly,
Yeah.
True.
we chose.
No.
We chose to stay.
You chose to stay. So you had
But
opportunity.
it was opportunity, plenty of opportunities out there for both of us to throw the towel in.
Mhm.
But we chose to stay.
But that's what's interesting about love.
That's
It's
how
actually,
people just get
love is a choice because love is a commandment. Think about this. When they were asking Jesus, which is the most important commandment, he said, love thy neighbor, love the Lord thy God, and love thy neighbor like yourself, right? So I can't tell you feel sad.
Listen, Little Real Jr.
Yeah, I can't tell you to feel sad. That'd be crazy, right? So if God can command us to love ain't a feeling. So many times people get caught up in this, and when you don't feel it, then they feel like they're out of love. But love is a commandment, right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's a choice.
It's a choice.
And we choose that person daily. Right, wrong, up, down, indifferent, whatever. You choose to love that person.
So you say after the butterflies, it's a choice.
You better not get married based on no butterflies.
Well,
That's
the butterflies
what
gonna leave.
So the butterfly gonna fly.
They
away.
fly
Heard me
away.
so today. Colors gonna change.
them colors.
Them wings ain't gonna always look the
And guess
same.
what? That chest
Uh-huh.
is going to turn to that belly.
Who said?
Mine?
Oh, I was just checking. Clean it up. I'm gonna see you in the-
Oh, yeah. No.
He got a man.
I'm talking about
Wait a minute, you know you gotta go home, don't it? What?
No, baby, I ain't got
Man,
no
y'all
play tonight.
You were talking about the balance, and it's serious. It's real. We're talking about the balance between our hobbies, the job, the wife. And I can tell y'all a little church, how y'all blend the little church piece in there, how y'all put the God piece in there, how that fit with all the rest of the stuff.
Well, for one, me and her both got a relationship with God.
I know, man, but all that church, man, I'm talking about church on Wednesday, church on Saturday, church.
That's the whole time we church Sunday and Wednesday. Now, when you talk about church as far as the building church, like
you got any
that,
other church outside of that?
yeah, you got to
You are
have
the
some
church.
time with the Lord. You got to
You the church. We
you
the
got,
church.
yeah, you got to put some
Every time
time
we
in.
walk out our doors, every time we walk in the job, every time we in your house, you the church.
Yeah, but just like we just
You
talked
pick
about
up and put it
relationship,
down.
28 years of
If
marriage.
you put it up, if you pick it up and put it down, you
Well,
the
when
church.
you try Jesus, but don't try me, that's picking it up, putting it down.
That's him.
Oh, okay.
That's his testimony.
Oh, okay.
I'm pray his strength in the Lord.
Praise the-
Because he need to figure out how not to put them hands on the
Do
body.
y'all really do fine time? You know, like I'm talking about just to pull away, just you and the Lord and how.
Every day. See, I'm kind of unique because when I leave the house, I got an hour to get to my job. Most of the time, I take that hour and I meditate. Because I'm going to need it, first of all, when I hit
When
that
you
door.
get there, so you say where you work at?
I work at the post office.
And that means you go post them.
They go post office.
Okay, I got
So I'm going to need it when I hit that gate.
Okay, I
From
got
my examples from y'all, I think the most important thing that I've learned is knowing, like when you get into you have a family and you also have God always, but when you get into that and having that circle, is everybody knowing their role, the role that they play, and knowing what role God plays and that He first always. And so once you know that role, it's so much easier for everybody for you to be able to take that time for God. Because I don't want to hear my wife talking about where you going. No, I ain't married yet. But I don't want to.
When you get back.
I don't want to hear nothing about where you going and
Put your weight on there.
you know what I'm
Yo, you
No,
can hear.
No, you wrong.
Now, when you say
You gonna hear
you
it.
don't want to hear where you're going, so you just gonna go in and out. How?
No. I don't
feel like there's no
but I don't
accountability?
want it to be a problem because I want to talk to God.
Oh,
you
you
said
said taking time to feel away from the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
You already know.
She don't know.
Oh, I got you. I understand that because me personally, I try to, every so many weeks or whatever, I just try to steal away where hearing no other voices but God. Just so I can keep my mind clear and I don't go crazy because sometimes we think it's other people. But when we start talking to the Lord and the Lord start dealing with us, we find out that we got a couple of pieces in us that's a little bit touched, a little bit.
We're a little Mike Tyson.
We're
We're a little Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Mike
I don't know.
So we back
Tyson
on
a different kind of dude. I don't know. Man, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, but I'm gonna just see something. We gonna close. Lee, I see you got your son here. In America, we know it's a touchy subject, and we know that we got some crazy stuff going on, and it out there in the streets. But when we leave here, we all going in different directions. And we don't know what's gonna happen between here and the house. And we ain't taking no shot because we know we got law enforcement in the building. We got the blue in the building. But I want to ask you something. Shout out, because we got some good cops. I ain't knocking them. There's some good people out there because some of these people in our own community. But I'm going to ask you here.
What's up?
You, being a father, all of us, being fathers of black sons.
Okay.
What's y'all concerns? How y'all feel about this? I got this young black male that I'm raising. I'm trying to show him the right way. Do y'all have any fears, any anxieties? What's going on with y'all black sons?
I talk to God about this all the time and about, am I doing this right? Am I preparing him for a world? And am I giving him both? Am I giving him enough so he can be protected? At the same time, I don't want him to see the world like it's this terrible, ugly place, like he can't. So I want him to understand it, how to learn how to evaluate and measure character in people. And one of the most important things, that's why even with our little travel basketball team, I'm so glad that I have probably the most diverse group I've ever had coaching, because he gets to see two things he got to learn real quick. All white people ain't bad, and all black people ain't good. And at the end of the day, how to evaluate a person for who they are and treat them for just that. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's where I'm appreciative of the opportunities that I'm able to position him around. But at the same time, I'm raising him to understand his own worth, his own value. So he gets it.
Yeah, that got that 16-year-old in the seat, but I'm just saying.
That boy 11, man. That boy big, man.
11.
It's my retirement.
Now, see, that's a whole nother conversation now.
That's big.
You saying it, I ain't no shot, but, he a big kid.
Yeah.
And 11 years old. How is that? Because, the big you are, a lot of times people see that as a threat just because of your size, your skin tone.
Yeah.
How you manage that? How you work around that?
Be honest with you, just teach him to be the best version of himself, because there's some things he ain't gonna be able to control. There's gonna be certain things and how people view him. There are elements of how people view him that he's not gonna be able to control. Only thing he can do is put his best foot forward and be the best version of himself every time he step out of the house. That's why I'm appreciative of when I talk to people when they tell me who my son is. They tell me, "Oh, I love your son. He's a phenomenal kid. He does this, he does that, he does this." So I know he's putting his best foot forward, because that's all he can do. I mean, at the end of the day, how much more do we really control?
Right.
Only thing you can control is your actions and how you see the world, right?
Well,
and we just pray for protection on everything else.
Tyler, what you got? As being a young black man, because I'm a little older, so sometimes with your age, you don't seem as much of a threat. I'm old, bald head, got a stomach, gray beard, that kind of thing. But you still around and you young. You got these things on your head and all that. What struggle? How you figure this thing out as being that black son?
I think it gets tiring. It gets tiring to you have to move different. Being a young black man, because as of right now,
That's interesting. Move different. What you mean by that?
because as of right now, I'm seen as the most dangerous species out as a young black man.
Hey.
Due to that, I have to move different. Man, you gotta overdress sometimes. Like when I go to work, I gotta overdress. If I want to go to the store, I gotta overdress. I can't. As of recently, I've let my hair grow up, and that's because I've made it a point that hey, I don't have to cut my hair every week to not be seen as violent. But I've had to do that. I've had to cut my hair every week because I look violent, so called. I remember coming home from Pennsylvania, I remember coming home and I actually stopped working out. I was big. I stopped working out because I felt like I looked like a threat. And that's not something I should have to do. You know, I shouldn't have to do that. And I think for me, it's unfair. It is, but I can't dwell on that, on how unfair it is. So I have to not make it an excuse, and make sure I do what I have to do and work hard. And also when I look at people like Lil Levi and stuff like that, knowing my role.
We say Lil Levi, but
Big Levi, but knowing my role that I played, knowing that man, when I was growing up, man, I'm gonna just tell you, let's say you get a job at Walmart, man, those are decline you about that job at Walmart, then you go out in the streets because you think it's cool, and then you get arrested and they call you stupid. So you call me stupid.
you know what's funny though? You get a job at Walmart at 18 and they think you lame. But then in life go on, they 30, now they at Walmart. But that's for another time. But that's funny though. You were crazy for doing it at 18, but then you get older, it gets a good job. I'm gonna throw one at you, Cam, and I promise I'm gonna close this thing out because we gotta close the shop up, get out of here. I think I'll finish them up later. I don't want to put you on the spot. I know you in law enforcement, you're a good guy, and we talking about Black Son. Tell us some things that we can do to stay safe as a black male that's out in these streets that maybe sometime when we come into contact with y'all, whether it's a tail light, speeding or whatever, some things we can do to make sure we make it home.
Like I said, the officer's not a bad officer.
Yeah.
But what you can do, probably just abide by his command and tell you to, hey, step out of the car or keep him where he at, just abide by his command. If it seems out of place, just respect them and be respectful. If there is something go wrong, you have the time to address it, take it to his supervisor.
Okay.
His chief or sheriff or whatever.
Okay.
And handle it that way. Don't be aggressive and violent or cause them to get hurt. Because at the end of the day, you don't want no more lives lost.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason for causing a scene or making it, making something more out what it is. So
I got you. The first thing you do out there sound kind of like what Ray was saying earlier when he was just talking about, good morals, following those rules. And you basically said, be respectful.
Right.
Be respectful. And I know sometimes it might turn a little different, but we can do everything we can. So be respectful. And you say obey. I think we're in a time now where, we don't want to obey. Everybody want to live in this wild world, do their own thing. But man, I thank you because I'm just trying to make it home safe. So I just needed them tips.
Well, you used to hit a point that it stuck with me. And you say anytime you having that kind of confrontation on the side of the road, we ain't finna solve this on the side of the road.
They ain't gonna happen. You die on the side of the road.
You die on the side of the road. We ain't finna solve this on the side of the road. We'll live to fight another day. We'll live to have that conversation tomorrow at the courthouse, wherever.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna litigate this right now.
you have too many people in a situation, and it ain't time for us to go and argue this thing out on the side of the road. Like I said, you just let him win or whatever, let him have it for today and fight the battle tomorrow. Talk to his boss man and tell him, hey, I respect it. He did this, he did that. And, it'll be solved.
I think something key that will be sometimes, I think the black and the blue line is trying to make it back home. It ain't just one person that's trying to, both of us trying to make it back home.
And they don't know what's about to go down.
They don't know. And sometimes I know me, I'm loud, I move, I do a lot when I talk. And I know sometimes it don't mean anything to someone that understands that language, but sometimes that language is taken another way. If I do it in the barbershop, I'm all like this, it ain't nothing, I'm just talking and expressing myself. But if you don't told me to be still, I'm like, man, what? I ain't even did nothing. You can do it, but it might get a little interesting for you. Man, I'm gonna shut this in barbershop down, and I don't know. I thank y'all for being a part of y'all coming through today. We're gonna see can we get this cash register right, because y'all ain't finna slip out. I know y'all been sick, but y'all ain't sleeping out. And I'll go ahead and give you my cash out. Y'all ready? The 3 ways to give. DOJM.org. You can text any amount to 84321, or you can mail it in. P.O. Box 2763, Thomasville, Georgia, 31799. That's where I want y'all to send my barbershop money. Y'all have a great one. We love y'all. We don't have too much fun. Y'all be good.
It's been real.